I had a good one on. Wrap me around them pilings in there. Gracious, look at that. Ooh-wee. Number one thing that affects these post spawn fish. How far he's got that tracer down in his mouth. Look at that fish. That fish has been eaten. Little tracer bait. Good gracious. This fish is in 17 feet of water, suspended up about 4 foot deep. Don't you just hate that when it happens? I'm gonna come up here and start first. This is a flat out here behind me. There's a couple of good spawning coves around here. It's a good place for crappie to push out for. But we're gonna catch some crappie, hey, no doubt. Anyway, we're gonna highlight a new lure by Lake Country Baits. It's been out for a little bit. Some of you have probably fished it. It is called the Tracer. And you can see it has a split tail on the end. It has a very long, slim design, if you can see that. And that color right there is called Buster. And my son Boone fished this color the other day, and he caught a lot of crappie on it. Anyway, the water is muddy. It is really dinged up a lot, and a bass just swirled the top of the water over there, y'all, and I just cast at it. Any of y'all ever do that? You go crappie fishing? Hey, I love to crappie fish. I also love to catch bass. You see bass schooling, man, I can't help it. I got to cast at them. Well, small fry. Now, since this water is this dingy, I'm gonna switch over to a different color, to a lighter color. It's just a small crappie, y'all. But he reacted good to that Buster color. And he ate it too. He got that thing way down in his mouth. Reacted really well to that Buster color. Let's see if we can catch one more on this Buster. We won't just give up on it yet. All right, this one's a little bit better, not bad. Another one on that Buster color. Now this crappie was not in the brush, he was out scattered. Good, you know, that's a good 10-inch fish right there. And I'm gonna change to a lighter color. I think I'm changing to creamy. Dirty water, creamy, banana pepper, all good colors. Another fish on the small side. We got to find some big ones, y'all. They wearing that creamy out. These fish, this dirty water has really scattered the fish out. They're not necessarily holding on structure, they're just scattered out. So here's my perspective on post-spawn fish. Well, you go back to some of the places, you start looking at some of the pre-spawn places. Your flats, right before they move up, your flats, edge of drop-offs, edge of creek channels up in the shallow end of the lake. And the number one thing that makes post-spawn crappie move to their summer pattern is the water temperature. Now last year, as a matter of fact, in my area here, maybe not in everybody's area, I caught some really, really nice fish late in June. Normally here by 1st of June, they're really on a summer pattern. In summer pattern, I mean 12 foot and deeper, congregated heavily. Last year, May and into June was very cool. Last May was very cool. And those fish, I didn't know at the time, but I started finding them out on the flats and the upper ends, and I caught some really big crappie there, just because that water temperature was just so cool, still so cool, they didn't make a move. in a matter of a week, the temperature come up, got up in the high 80s, early 90s, low 90s. For about 5 days, water temperature really heated up quickly. Boom, those fish just moved right off of those flats. The deeper docks, shades, deeper structure. And so in just a matter of a week, these crappie can move. So you'll still find a lot of buckfish at the back of the coves, maybe in large schools, maybe not those big fish you're looking at. But start there. Start on some docks, edges of coves, flats, edge of drop-offs, some structure that's in, this structure here is in about 13, 14 feet of water. Great place for fish to get up against. Like I said, the water temperature, the water clarity here has really muddied up. We've had about 4.5 inches of rain. The lake is up, and so that has scattered the fish out some. Now that booger right there ate it. Yes, sir. He ate that thing. Look how far he's got that tracer down in his mouth. Now this is the blue moon. I've been switching colors. He reacted good to that blue moon. This fish is in 17 feet of water, suspended up about 4 foot deep. He got it so deep I got to get the pliers out, y'all. All right, there it is, that tracer, that blue moon. It's tough to beat that blue moon, y'all. That blue moon is a good color. That's a good 11-inch crappie. Put him in the live well. And I'm seeing some fish that are hanging around on this point off of this edge of this flat. So, you know, never underestimate a point, because it's just, you know, it's just like anything else. It's a really good ambush point for fish. I want you to look at that fish. Now, everybody can't catch a fish that small. Just saying. You know, point's a good ambush places. Shad comes by the point. You know, just a good place to fish. That old blue moon done caught, y'all. Good gracious. Look at that. Ooh wee. Look at that fish. That fish has been eaten. Look. That new tracer bait. Good gracious. A barrel. He had to have a little bit of that. Hey, y'all better go online. LakeCountryBaits.com. Get you some of them tracer baits. Boom. Pretty crappie. Yeah. Yes, sir. Look at some of the colors. That is a creamy color in that tracer. We got it. He's got it in blue moon. Good color. That's a floating tracer. Blue. That's a beautiful color. A good curlate color. Shoreline. Mealtime. Virginia shad. Boom. Good colors. Good natural colors. If this water was like it was last week, I'd probably have this blue on. Now, I was just getting ready to say another good place to catch post-spawn crappie is around some docks that are close to these flats. Now, this is a good crappie right here. The old blue moon tracer, you know, that's a good fish. Good 10-inch crappie. And you know, these docks, it's just hard to beat a dock. I know some lakes don't have docks, but that's a good fish. Boom, we'll take it. Drop him in the live well. The other one. Guys, I done started using my front live well. Clean my boat out. Saturday took me 4 hours to get this thing scrubbed down. Got it cleaned up, and I was using my front live well. This is actually a low catfish boat, and it's got a huge, probably a 60-gallon live well on the front, maybe. Huge live well on the front. I always used it for storage, but I've taken some stuff out of the boat that I probably don't need anyway, and a lot of the life jackets, and so I'm gonna start using this. It's just much more convenient for me to sit here, and right now I got a rope tied to the lid top, so I can just take the rope, pick it up, drop the fish in, instead of walking all the way to the back, dropping the fish and coming back. Anyway, I've got to put some type of lid struts or something on the lid so it'll stay up, but I may leave a rope on there. Hey, comment below, what's a good idea for accessing this without having to turn around and you know, go down on the floor down there and lift it up. But anyway, I think some struts, but the rope seems to be working pretty well. I can reach and grab the rope, pick up on it, drop the crappie right in it, boom. Hey, let's go catch another fish. Just caught him on the blue moon again. You see how I got it topped? I got a little bit of eyed jig on the top, and we'll cast a few more times here and see what kind of fish we can come up with. Boom. Look at that, boy. Good gracious. Now, this crappie was not under the dock, and I'll tell you why he won't, because of this dingy water. Look at that. He just out roaming around, y'all. What in the world? That boy done come up with a good old crappie. Boom. Pretty cut. Look at the beautiful colors in them. Yeah, beautiful colors. I see some purples in there, greens. Yeah, so right now I got a rope. Let me show you. Just got a rope right here. I'm kind of sitting on it. I just picked the lid up. Can y'all see down in there? And gosh, look what a live well. Good gracious. I don't know. Hey, let's go catch another fish, y'all. Well, these bass are wearing me out. He likes these bass. They like that. They like that meal time. I might have to switch colors because I ain't caught but one crappie on the meal time. I've been catching bass. Mealtime is a very natural colored bait. That's the tracer in the mealtime color. That looks, it just looks just like a shiner, right? Anyway, we're going to end the video on that fish. We have caught quite a few crappie. Some on the small side, right many small ones today. This high water has the crappie scattered. I checked brush and some stumps off on the edge of the flats in about 12 to 14 feet of water. And because the water's so muddy and up so much, it's got the fish are not concentrated around that particular structure. And the docks, this dock I'm on now has been produced the most fish, nicest fish. Fish that point that produce a couple of nice fish too. Anyway, the new tracer baits, they get you some of them. It's got a slim line, something to think about. This time of year, postponed the olive fry are smaller, so you can downsize your baits now and be very productive. This water's dirty, so I could get away with a big bait, but this time of year, think about it. Everything is spawned, all the bait is small. Anyway, guys, you remember, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hey, it's free. Click the like button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Wildlife Adventures. And as always, you remember, it's a wild life, and I'll see you on the water.